Anywhere on the world stage, India seems to be shying away. India being a much larger country, having much larger finances than us, having a much larger military than us. It is Pakistan that's the talk of the town in geopolitical circles.
Bilawal Bhutto-Zardari is the chairperson of Pakistan People's Party, and he's also former Foreign Minister of Pakistan. He's here with me in Davos, and I'm going to ask him about his take on Trump's Board of Peace, and I'll also talk to him about India. Thank you so much for doing this. If you could first tell us about Trump's Board of Peace, what do you make of it?
The Board of Peace, from a Pakistani perspective, from what I understand, we've taken a collective decision along with other brother Muslim countries within the broader context of peace in the Middle East and within the context of this board. So as far as this board is concerned, together we've decided to be a member of this board collectively. From Pakistan's perspective, I think it's very important for us to be in the room while such important conversations are being had so that we can put across not only our point of view, but more importantly, the point of view of the people of Palestine, who the people of Pakistan, the government of Pakistan from our country's foundation have consistently advocated for their right to self-determination, a peaceful home.
During the ceremony, President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and even Dr. Ali Shah, they spoke about patience. Dr. Ali Shah said that judge us by our actions, and Jared Kushner asked the media to be calm for 30 days. What do you think should be the immediate steps that Pakistan should take or the world should take vis-a-vis Board of Peace?
I think Pakistan, my advice would be, and I'm sure that Pakistan is doing this already, that amongst, as part of the ceasefire agreement, there were many criteria that had to be met. And my understanding is that the only criteria that really has been met is that the hostages that needed to be freed and the prisoners and the hostages from the Palestinian people that the Israelis had kept. That exchange has happened. What I'd like to see Pakistan and other Muslim countries emphasize within the Board of Peace and within the Gaza ceasefire context is the uninterrupted access to humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. That needs to be our number one priority. That while the hostage transfer and the prisoner transfer aspect of the deal has been fully implemented, similarly, our emphasis should be that the humanitarian aid and that access should be fully and completely in.
Staying on what has been happening here, I want to talk to you about President Trump's speech yesterday, which made a lot of news. There was something interesting in his speech. He criticized European leaders, Western allies, America's allies. But interestingly, he praised two people, President Putin and President Xi Jinping. What do you make of that?
As far as America's relationship with Europe and with other countries, that is their own country's decision. As far as his comments on President Xi, Pakistan has had a long relationship not only with China, but we've seen how that relationship has reached new heights under President Xi. The initiation of the China-Pakistan economic corridor for the people of Pakistan and the people of China has been a historic achievement. So I'm glad, really, that we have a U.S. president that focuses on the positive sometimes. Usually, I've been to Davos quite often, and a lot of the time, countries focus on the negative. So that's something that we should welcome.
How would China be viewing this? Trump praising Xi Jinping and criticizing Europe. How would they be viewing this and obviously Board of Peace?
China and other countries have also been invited to be members of this Board of Peace. So I think that's a positive indication. It's yet to be seen what their final decision.
Lastly, if you can talk about India's recent diplomatic performance in the last 6 or 7 months, what do you make of that?
I think it's incredibly unfortunate and I think the world is watching how India, who presented itself as a great power and a great leader and a great democracy, has really become so very small over the course of the many months that we've seen post this conflict. In fact, I just met with the World Bank president. I was discussing the Indus Water Treaty. As you're aware, that the Indus Water Treaty is the gold standard for water management And that too, India has illegally not only violated this treaty, but claims to hold it in suspension. You've seen how their foreign minister berates any guest who happened to have visited Pakistan or has happened to have any engagement in Pakistan. You've seen how their narrative that they try to portray, not only about Pakistan, about this conflict and about India's performance during this conflict, has been exposed internationally. And the world has recognized how Pakistan performed, not only during this conflict, but also as a responsible player within the region, which is why I think geopolitically now, Pakistan, if you compare Pakistan's positioning vis-a-vis India, despite India being a much larger country, having much larger finances than us, having a much larger military than us, it is Pakistan that's the talk of the town in geopolitical circles. And India, despite having a large presence here at the World Economic Forum, I haven't seen anyone of problem in attendance. Similarly, you look at the last few months, whether it's the United Nations, whether it's um, anywhere on the world stage, India seems to be shying away. And I think they need to reimagine their position, take a more honest look, and engage with the Prime Minister's very serious offer to have a dialogue on all friction points for us to move forward and usher in an area of peace and freedom.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you.